Life Planning Group provides a 10-section living trust portfolio. The sections include a summary, which provides a high-level overview of what each of the 10 sections contain. So it's a very quick overview, a primer for someone who's opening up the book for the first time, lets them see what each section contains and what it accomplishes. The second section of the portfolio is the trustee's memorandum. It's a note to self reminding you that now that you've created your trust, it's essential that everything that you own find its way into the trust, either by changing ownership of your accounts, of your real estate, or by changing beneficiary designations, for example, on your life insurance or bank accounts. It's very important that everything that you own have a method for getting into the trust upon your death or for being retitled into the trust during your lifetime so that it can avoid probate. The third section is the revocable living trust itself. The living trust provides for who the creators of the trust are, that would be you, who the managers or the trustees of the trust are, that would be you, and who the beneficiaries of the trust are, that would also be you. So while you're alive and well, you are all three parties to this contract, to the trust. It also names who the successor trustee will be upon your incapacity or your death, and it provides for who the beneficiaries will be and the ages they must attain in order to receive control over their inheritance, over the trust assets. The trust itself also contains all the protective provisions which are designed to protect these assets for your children and your grandchildren and future generations. The trust certificate is a 2-page redux of the living trust that is appropriate for showing to banks and brokerage firms and insurance companies to prove to them that the trust exists without showing them the 50-page document. So the certificate of trust is a very handy and powerful document. The fifth section of the portfolio are schedules and deeds. This is where the deed transferring ownership of your real property, as well as other schedules assigning ownership and ownership interests in LLCs and corporations, and all of your other schedules appear in this section. The sixth section of the portfolio are administrative documents. The administrative documents are the housekeeping documents, the documents that may be needed down the road to make changes to your trust, to make official the assumption of a trustee and their powers, giving the trustee the document they need to sign to say, yes, I am that person and I have the death certificate or a relinquishment form or a doctor's certification of incapacity. One of those three documents is required in order for the successor trustee to spring into power. We provide them with a document that lets them say, yes, I am that person and I have one of these documents in place. We also provide a declination form that lets the successor trustee that you've named to decline, and that declination form would let the next person in line come and be the successor trustee. So a number of documents that are designed to handle the different transitions in the future at no cost. We provide powers of attorney for financial and for healthcare. These documents let you name people that you trust to make financial and healthcare decisions for you if you're incapacitated and can't make them for yourself. The next section is the living will section, or the advanced medical directive section. This is the right to die statement, basically, the legal document that lets you say if I'm terminal or vegetative or comatose, I do or don't want tube feeding, life support, electric shock, etc. to keep me alive. Then we provide a last will and testament with pour-over provisions. Now, we talk about how you don't want a will because a will winds you up in probate, but we prepare a pour-over will which serves as a safety net. In the event that something is inadvertently left out of your trust, some asset is forgotten, the last will and testament with pour-over provisions lets the executor of the will pour over into the trust any forgotten assets. And then finally, the 10th section of your binder are the funding documents, the transmittal letters that can be used to notify banks, brokerage firms, and insurance companies that you've created a trust, requesting that they send you the necessary documents to complete the transfer of ownership or the change of beneficiary designations of everything that you own over into your trust. That's our portfolio. Feel free to give us a call anytime at 877-438-7878. We'll be delighted to help you. Thank you.